It's Kara and Dave, and we're back today with the Corona Story Time. And I'm going to read out of pretty much my all-time favorite book. It's by John Ortberg, my favorite pastor and author. Well, besides Dave. Dave's an author too. But everybody's normal till you get to know them. And pretty sure it's a pretty old book, so I'm pretty sure they've updated this by now, the cover. But anyway, it's awesome. I'm going to be reading from the chapter called The Fellowship of the Mat, and it's about a story in the Bible of a paralytic who lives his whole life on a little mat until some friends come and take him to Jesus. People rarely drift into deep community. Psychologist Alan McGinnis notes that the number one rule for entering into deep friendship sounds deceptively simple. Assign top priority to your relationships. Ironically, we tend to devote massive amounts of time to making money, running errands, and succeeding at our jobs, but we neglect giving our most valuable possession, time, to the experience for which we were created, community. One of the most countercultural statements in Scripture is a description of the early church. In speaking of people's oneness of heart and mind, the writer notes, they met together daily. They worshiped together, ate together, talked together, prayed together on a daily basis. No wonder they grew so close. We try to create first century community on a 21st century timetable, and it doesn't work. Maybe the biggest single barrier to deep connectedness for most of us is simply the pace of our lives. How often do you hear or say things like this? We've got to get together soon, or let's do lunch in a few weeks when things settle down. The requirement for true intimacy is chunks of unhurried time. If you think you can fit deep community into the cracks of an overloaded schedule, think again. Wise people do not microwave friendship, parenting, or marriage. You can't do community in a hurry. You can't listen in a hurry. You can't mourn in a hurry with those who mourn, or rejoice in a hurry with those who rejoice. Many people lack great friends for the simple reason that they've never made pursuing community a high priority. You can't carry somebody's mat in a hurry, and everyone comes with a mat. Think about what the paralyzed man goes through in order to be friends with this group of men. He must have wrestled with his sense of dependence sometimes. I suspect at least he became jealous of their independence, since after they have been together, everyone could walk home but him. Sometimes he must have wished in the secret places of his heart that he could trade places with one of them. He must have struggled with how they saw him in his neediness. It's a very vulnerable thing to have someone carry your mat. When somebody's carrying your mat, they see you in your weakness. They might hurt you if they drop you. There is this gift between these friends: trusting vulnerability and dependable faithfulness. This mat, which according to society should have created a great gulf between him and them, instead became an opportunity for servanthood and acceptance. This group becomes the fellowship of the mat, wherever human beings love and accept and serve each other in the face of weakness and need. There is the fellowship of the mat. Here's the truth about us: everybody has a mat. Let the mat stand as a picture of human brokenness and imperfection. It is what is not normal about me. It is the little as-is tag that I most desire to hide. But it is only when we allow others to see our mat, when we give and receive help with each other, that healing becomes possible. Every effective Alcoholics Anonymous meeting is a fellowship of the mat. So are healthy families and churches, because everyone has a mat. Maybe your mat is a temper you can't seem to control. You lash out at the people you most want to love. Hot words spew out of your mouth that you know you will regret with bitter tears. Your children sometimes look at you with frightened eyes. You hate the way the molten anger flows out of you, but you feel you can do no more to keep it in than a volcano can contain its lava. Maybe your mat is fear. You love to hear stories of courage and boldness. In your mind, you picture 100 scenarios in which you take daring risks and tell off the bullies in your life with cool aplomb. But the reality is that you still get sweaty palms when you have to confront your mother. Maybe your mat is an inability to trust or the need to be in control. or an inability to speak the language of the heart. Maybe your mat involves a terrible secret of some awful thing you did that you still feel guilty about. Maybe it's a crushing sense of failure or inadequacy or plainness or loneliness. Sometimes people spend their whole lives doing mat management. They pretend they don't have a mat. They appear to be so healthy and strong that the people around them assume they could walk anywhere they want to. They can see other people's mats, maybe even have a spiritual gift of mat identification for others, but never reveal their own. Their primary goal is to hide their brokenness from others' eyes. If this is you, you may get quite good at hiding your mat. You may convince everybody of your strength and competence, but you will not live in community. So let me ask you a personal question. Who carries your mat for you sometimes? Who do you show your weakness and struggles to? Who do you ask to pray for you? Who do you let see your brokenness? Jean Vanier writes, "There is no ideal community. Community is made up with people with all of their richness, but also their weakness and poverty, of people who accept and forgive each other, who are vulnerable with each other. Humility and trust are more at the foundation of community than perfection." If you want a deep friendship, you can't always be the strong one. You will sometimes have to let somebody else carry your mat. That is what happens in the Bible story. This group of people become friends. It requires formidable character and intentionality. Perhaps because one man's vulnerability is so visible, they all become more honest about their mats. Against all odds, they form a little community, the fellowship of the mat. I'll stop there, but I highly recommend this book. It's basically my theology of life. And this is a picture of me. These are pictures of me when I got to meet John Ortberg. I've met him a few times, but I got to write him a thank you note and give it to him, and then this is him giving me a hug. This was really important to me to be able to express all that I have appreciated and learned from him over the years through his writing and preaching. So anyway, thought I'd share those today. Take care, have a good weekend and a good week.